Hi, Miss EJ's class. Tonight we have Mooch the Messy by Marjorie Sharmat. I vaguely, and by vaguely I mean definitely, remember reading this to you in the hallway while trying to keep you quiet during testing at a bathroom break. It's not an AR book, but I think Mooch is really adorable, so we're reading about him. So we've got Mooch the Messy. Mooch the rat lived in a hole under a hill in Boston, Massachusetts. There is nothing better, said Mooch, than to live in a hole under a hill with a piece of cheese and a drink and my own things around me. Mooch hung his clothes on doorknobs, lamps, pictures, and chairs. He kept his shoes on a table. What a fine hole to come home to, Mooch always said. One day, Mooch got a letter. Dear son Mooch, I'm coming to visit you in 4 days. I look forward to seeing you and your hole. Love, Father. Hooray, shouted Mooch. I can hardly wait for Father to see me and my hole. Mooch put one stocking on a bedpost for each day that passed. At last, all 4 bedposts had stockings. At last, Mooch saw his father coming over the hill. Father, cried out Mooch. Mooch, said Father. They hugged and kissed. Come into my hole, said Mooch. His father looked around. He saw clothes on doorknobs, clothes on lamps, clothes on pictures, and stockings on all 4 bedposts. Mooch, he said, you keep a very sloppy hole. I like to see all my things, said Mooch. Mooch's father unpacked his suitcase. Come, said Mooch, I have lots to show you. Here's my favorite tunnel. Scratch those walls, scratch that mud. I'm scratching, I'm scrunching, said Mooch's father. Mooch ran ahead. Here's my lying down place, he said. Lie down, Father, stretch, rest. I will do all 3, said Mooch's father. Boston is such a fine city to live under. Yes, said Mooch. There's so much to scratch and scrunch. And trip over, said his father when they came back to Mooch's hole. Mooch's father looked around. Maybe you could pick up one coat, or one shoe, or one shirt, he asked. Maybe one thing, said Mooch. Choose. I choose a shoe, said Mooch's father. The one in the middle of the doorway. Mooch picked up the shoe and put it on the table. May I also choose where the shoe goes? Asked Mooch's father. Yes, said Mooch. I choose the closet, said Mooch's father. I will take away 2 shoes, said Mooch. That will make you happier. Good boy, good brat, said his father. Now come and see my cheese tunnel, said Mooch. Sniff. I'm sniffing, said Father. I'm so happy you are here, said Mooch, to run with and sniff with and be with. That night, while his father slept, Mooch thought, I want to make Father's visit perfect. I could start with my bed. Mooch took crackers, socks, and cheese wrappers out of his bed. When Father wakes up, he will see that I am a neat sleeper. Oh, how smooth it feels, said Mooch. How neat. How horrible. Mooch wanted to push and pull his sheets and blankets. He wanted to bunch them up and make little mountains. But Mooch didn't. The next morning, Mooch's father said, Your bed lost its bumps. How wonderful. All of today will be great, said Mooch. I will pack a breakfast to eat in the field. Mooch packed cheese, oatmeal and milk, snails and sour cream, and jam sandwiches. He and his father ran to the field. Mooch sang, I packed a sack, I sacked, I packed. His father said, What did you pack inside the sack? Mooch's father bit into a jam sandwich. Ugh, he cried. Ants. Yes, said Mooch. I leave my jam jars open. The ants eat and play and get sticky and happy. Ugh, said Mooch's father again. What is a picnic without ants? Asked Mooch. Suddenly I feel full, said his father. You don't like my picnic, said Mooch. They walked home slowly. I will put covers on all my jars of jam, said Mooch. Maybe I'm hungry after all, said his father. He sat down to eat. Yikes, he said. A zipper. Sorry, said Mooch. He put the jacket in the drawer. I hope I remember where that is, said Mooch. When it was on the chair, I only had to remember to wear it when it was cold. Life was easy. Mooch's father sneezed. Do Do you have a cold? Asked Mooch. No, said his father. Dust makes me sneeze. Dust is nice to write words in, said Mooch. Mooch's father groaned. I think I will go back to bed for about a year. A year? Asked Mooch. Yes, said his father. Mooch crawled into bed too. He began to feel sad. Dust makes father sneeze, said Mooch. So I will get rid of my dust. Mooch crawled out of bed. Does dust make you sneeze? No, you just sneeze when I have food in my hands. Goodbye, dust messages, said Mooch. Father will feel much better if I clean everything. Mooch took his belts off the doors. He took his sneakers off the table. He took his undershirts off the lamps. He took his sweaters off the pictures. He took piles of sheets off the chairs. And after, he took piles of towels off the piles of sheets. The hole looked very neat and very empty. When Father wakes up, said Mooch, he will shout, neat, neat, hooray. Mooch looked around. This place looks too neat. I'm so mad I may tear my hair out. But where will I put it if I do? He covered his eyes and he fell asleep. Suddenly, he heard his father. Wake up, Mooch, wake up. You've been robbed. Somebody has stolen everything, your shoes and sheets and towels and belts, everything that was piled, dumped, draped, or dropped. They even took your dust messages. No, Father, said Mooch. I did it. I wanted you to shout, neat, neat, hooray. Mooch, said his father, it is a neat hole. Now I really feel at home. Let's have a good breakfast and then we can run and scratch and scrunch. I'm glad you're happy, said Mooch. I love my Mooch, said Mooch's father. I love you, Father, said Mooch. Many days passed, and one day Mooch's father said, my son, I'm having a perfect time. I don't trip, I don't sneeze, I don't sit on zippers, but it is time for me to go. Mooch helped his father pack his suitcase. I have a goodbye present for you, said his father. Look! A new tunnel, said Mooch. I dug it while you were sleeping, said his father. Oh, it's dark and muddy and terrific, said Mooch. Oh, Mooch and his father kissed each other. I remember our visit, said Mooch's father. I'm proud of a son who has his own hole, and I remember it just the way it looks now. I'm glad, said Mooch. Mooch waved goodbye to his father. Then he went back to his hole. He looked around. Neat, said Mooch. I hate neat. He ran to his closet. Hello, shoe, he said. Hello, other shoe. Oh, I missed his shoes. Welcome home, sock. Belts, shirts, sweaters, towels, sheets, blankets. I can see you. I can see you. Wee, dust. Wee. Mooch smiled. There, he said. That's the way it was before Father came. Then Mooch made himself a cup of cocoa and bunched up his sheets and blankets. Mooch was happy. There's nothing better, he thought, than to be a rat and live in a hole under a hill in Boston, Massachusetts. Aw, Mooch got his mess back. I hope you guys didn't clean your rooms for your parents. You can be a little messy when they're out. Good night, Miss EJ's class.